How's it going, everyone? This is Essential Cast, and welcome back to a Rambling with Blake. So I'm doing something in the, there's something running in the background. It's like what I think could potentially fix it, because I've noticed that it works fine. Like, this mic works fine with Audacity. However, it doesn't work with Active Presenter, which is what I use to record. So I'm going to see if I can update it. That might be the case. But we'll find out. I might get distracted at some point. I probably should just do this later. However, I'm going to just. Okay, that's not working. Okay, I'll do it later. Okay. But, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Tell me how your day's going in the comments below. So, Iowa weather, it's dropped 20 degrees, or it's like 20 degrees cooler than it was yesterday, a little bit more, I think. Yeah, I was in the high 90s yesterday, and now it's like mid-70s, and that's nice. As opposed to like what it was, where it was like high 90s for several times, or for several days a row, and that was really quite irritating. I just don't like it. I just didn't like it at all. Like, I prefer cooler weather, honestly. And I just prefer cooler weather. Again, fans running in the background, trying to cool it off a bit in here. Because for some reason, this particular room always gets so hot. It is so hard to cool this room off. And, like, I had a problem with, like, one of the outlets and stuff. So I had to, like, I was working with one of the outlets, like, part of, like, oh God, what's it called? One of the prongs on like a charger cord, like my laptop charger, got caught in it. It was just the ground one plug, the bottom one, the third one. But it got caught in the outlet, so I had to cut the power. I think it's safe to actually touch that. I don't think that's mainly for like searches and such. So I think it's safe. It's safe to touch. However, I went ahead and like cut the power anyway. I only had it cut for like 3 minutes tops, but when I cut the power, the fan was off, and so it was so hot in this room just by like 3 minutes. That was a couple days ago. That was when I was kind of in the 90s as well, but like 3 minutes, like that should not like heat the room to the point where it did. That's just a little bit, it's just, I don't know what is up with it, but it's kind of strange. Like, weather fluctuates so much. We actually had a storm last night, which that might be part of the reason why it cooled off so much, which it could have been. Like, I was expecting that storm to be way worse than it actually was, because it's been like really, really humid, and like high temperatures, humid, and like as it was like just before it stormed, like wind was picking up and such. And usually, like, when it's really humid, that's when some of the worst storms come in. I remember there was a couple years ago where there was actually like a tornado a couple miles from like where I was living at the time, but like that was at my old house. I moved to a completely different area. And so, like, I think I believe it was really, really humid. Or it was more than, I think it was like 3 years ago when that happened. Or, yeah, no, it would have been, or actually, yeah, 3.5, probably around 3.5. But weather's crazy. It's insane, especially when you're in Iowa, and like, there aren't weather patterns, just erratic, it's like storms and such. And okay, here, what? Okay, Well, I did not mean to do this. I did not mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Hang on, let me see. Oh, I just figured out what's causing the muffled sound. I just accidentally did. Okay, this might cut the audio. Hang on. Is it? Oh, it's not. Okay, good. I just figured out what's causing the muffled audio. My settings were changed. Wow, I just figured that out. On accident. I was looking for a way to automatically update, because what I was thinking is it could be because Windows 10, they come up with a new update like every single week and you can't turn off auto updates. I was thinking it might be like a driver that's out of date, and so I was gonna try working with that. I was looking on like Active Presenter to see if there's like a new update, because they come up with updates occasionally. The only difference between their updates and Windows 10's updates is the Active Presenter updates are actually really good. Like that latest update, or not the latest one. I think it was either the update before that. Yeah, it was the update before that is what enabled me to start using webcam in every single video, except for ones like this, which don't actually have a visual. It's kind of like a like sit back and just listen to it. Honestly, you don't even need to be near your screen. You can just have it playing in the background. But like that update enabled me to use webcam in like every single video, and so that's nice. I'm really glad I got that fixed. So I don't have to work with drivers, which are an absolute pain at times. Like they can be easy, but like occasionally they'll just be an absolute pain, and you get really irritated, and it's just not good. It's not a good situation. But I'm really glad I figured that out. So that's why it was so muffled, because it was getting audio from a completely different area. Because I think this computer alone, which this is really strange, but I think it's got 3 microphones. It's got one like in the screen portion, one near the keyboard, and then a third one somewhere. But it's good that it's finally using this. I was actually looking into other mics, because I was thinking if it's not drivers, then it's probably the mic dying, because I've had it for a little over a year, or yeah, about a year and 2 months, I think. I got it in March 2017, about like 20s. I believe that date I got it was the 27th. Okay, you know what? I can just look that up real quick. Back to the normal rambling thing where I just start looking things up. Alright, okay. Alright, we're doing this. We're going in full research mode. That day I actually did 2. That day I actually did 2 ones. I was completely wrong. April 17th. Oh yeah, March 27th. I think that's when I was looking into the mics and stuff, but I didn't really. I think I just didn't like the looks of or I didn't like the way they were presented, or I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm thinking, or it was the thing. All right. Let me try to figure out how we can get this wording out, alright? I think it was just, I didn't like some of them. I didn't like some of those mics. And so, I accidentally clicked on a video and it just showed my face up close. And that was really strange. Okay, so I'm gonna close this up, because it's just, I'm gonna close my distraction tab and just bring the window down. Or actually, hang on, why do I have so many tabs open in the first place? Oh, whoop, I did not mean to do that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't know what that is. Alright, just ignore that. Okay. I think I probably accidentally hit one of the keys, because This computer, another thing is it has like help in like technical support, like buttons like put into it, or not like on the keyboard, but there's things like right on the desktop, or not the desktop, the taskbar. That's what I've been meaning to say. There's things on the taskbar that if you click on them, they'll take you right to tech support. But I always accidentally hit it. I wish you could move it, because I hit that all the time, and that's what was up. And I didn't realize I hit that button. I didn't even realize a new tab had opened. Alright. Now that I think about it, why did I say I don't even know what that is? Like, I knew what it was. I mean, it's identifiable. It straight up says help on it, or something rather. But it's good to finally be back and uploading. I wasn't sure if I would actually be able to, I wasn't sure if I'd actually be able to record, because, like, if the mic was still muffled, like, I did a quick test before I did this, and it worked fine. I'm like, oh, that's kind of strange. But I was sitting and thinking, like, the only time it's been muffled is the videos I've recorded with Active Presenter. And then I started thinking, the times when it wasn't was when I was using this. So I immediately drew the conclusion that it's got to be something with Active Presenter, like either something on the system like that's incompatible with Active Presenter now, or something has gone wrong with it and needs updating and stuff. But drivers was still kind of in my mind, but I pretty much I pretty much just kind of pushed that away, like the idea away, because if it was a driver's issue, I don't believe it would actually do anything with this. That was unnecessarily long rambling there. So, alright. I should have, actually got myself situated into a good spot before I recorded. I think I'd do this, in every single rambling video. I've constantly shifted my position. I'm not comfortable here. I'm not comfortable here. I'm never situated properly. I'm always moving. However, when I'm doing another video and I actually have, the face cam and such, I'm always perfectly situated. Then again, I'm trying to frame myself properly. And constant movement just interferes with that, in which case I don't really do, I don't know where I'm going with this, in which case I don't really need to, move around, because if I move around, with face cam, if I'm constantly shifting position, I'm constantly moving myself out of frame, in, out, in, and it'll just be chaos. And chaotic videos are not good videos. Well, I suppose, is there any video I've done that isn't chaotic? These are the most chaotic, because it just goes on and on and on. Something random after something random. And it just it's a continuous stream of just me spewing out all these random words and sentences that make no sense, some of them make sense, have no context. I just kind of think of it and I start saying it. But it's just randomness. I should change it to rambling randomness instead. That might be nice. I actually kind of like that, actually. I'd like to do a randomness series. Not really podcast, but just let's have it be something where I'll just do something completely random. I'll just do something completely random on that particular video, perhaps a live action challenge of sorts, or what other, I suppose there's gaming challenges. I was gonna say what other kind of challenges are there, but then I start to think and I'm like, oh, there are other challenges. So I'm gonna try to do some live action stuff on this channel. I'd love to do that. The problem is, nowhere in this house is a good spot to film. I just don't have the room. Or I say nowhere, but like nowhere where I wouldn't disturb other people. I mean, I could do it in the living room. However, that would disturb people. People. Um, and so I might think of something. I'll think of something. I always think of things. I'm notorious for thinking of things and randomness and such. I think I'll probably do some sort of live action stuff. That's something I would love to do because I've got a nice camera. It does good stuff. And I think it'd be good to do a sort of live action thing. Maybe a try not to laugh. Ooh. That would be good. That would be good. But I've always had ideas about doing challenges, whether there be like challenges you've heard of, such as like whisper and try not to laugh and such. But I'd like to do custom ones, like just come up with something completely random and do it for like a video. I think that'd be really, really fun. Like, and see what other chaotic things I can do. And if you think of something, you can put it in the comments, and I will see if I can figure out how to put it into a sort of video. And I think it'd be really fun. It'd be a nice little interactive thing, and I just hit that. That wasn't a regular just like hit of the table. Like, I just straight up karate chopped my desk right now. And I see the frequencies and such right on screen and stuff with Audacity. I can see all the frequencies, and it did some weird wibbling. Did some weird wiggling up and down. It was like all squiggly and stuff. I'm doing all these hand gestures here, but you can't see it. You can imagine my finger moving around up and down, and then that'll be just do that. Just do that. But it did something weird. Alright. Alright, so my bones, that's just my bones popping. My neck, because my neck is tense as hell right now. Like, what is this? But, I think we gotta go, just mention the fact that I said, like, what did I say? Did I say it was wibbling? Like, wibbling? I think it was wibbling. Because I was going to do wiggling, but at the same thing, I was thinking of, like, something else. I don't know. It's like a combination of wiggling and wobbling. And I sort of combined the two on accident. Well, I mean, I suppose, or no, it's on accident, but it's not intentional. I was gonna think of something that would make that, like, me accidentally saying intentional, like, into something, but then, like, the more I thought about it, the more I thought, there's no way. There's no way. It's the thing. Alright. Okay, this has been a chaotic session, but thank you so much for listening. Oh, never mind. I thought about something. I'm gonna be contacting someone soon. A very good friend of mine. And it's entirely possible I shall have a collaboration. Which, if you actually saw my previous one, it didn't really go anywhere. Like, there was the other channel, Central Cast Podcast. I did, like, I did 2 Central Chats. That was the end of it. I haven't, like, really heard from him much lately. But, yeah, try this other thing. I think I have a good feeling about it. I think I might have him on this channel for an idea I have. And I even mentioned in the last one that I was working on something that's pushing towards, like, a new video this summer. Or not new video, whoa, there will be a new video in the new series this summer. Okay, now I think I'm done with this session, so thank you so much for listening, and that is all for this time. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like and comment, tell me what you think. Also, be sure to share and subscribe for the uploads. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I Wow. I just had to hold back a burp just in. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.